What's happening, YouTube? Welcome back to Dave's World. Today, I want to talk to you about the perils of driving. Well, at least the perils of me driving. You know, I just got my license for the first time ever in my entire life. I mean, yeah, it was the first time. I've never had it. I never had my permit. I never had nothing before. They took it from me when I was a teenager on some, underage possession of alcohol is what it was. And they took my license from me, fined me, and I just never paid the fines. I never gave enough, I never cared enough to actually go and do it. I figured at a young age, man, I just figured, who cares, man? Who cares? And that's not good. That's not good at all. But I want to talk to you about what's been going on now since I got my license. And I've had a few scary moments. Two to be exact. I actually got pulled over one time. It was frightening too. So, as y'all know, I used to be a forklift operator and I worked the third shift. I worked, in the middle of the night. So when I'm leaving to go to work, everybody is, just about leaving the club or the club's closing, 1, 2, 3 o'clock in the morning. So, of course, you know that there is cops out there waiting to just pull over a drunk bastard. And for some reason in my heart, I feel like I look screwed up all the time. I look like they need to stop me and pick me up. I feel like when a cop looks at me, most of the facial expressions I recognize on his face is, look at that piece of shit. Like, even he could be talking about a hamburger, but if he were to look at me and say it, I'd be like, damn, he knows. It used to be bad. And every time I'm in a car, I feel the same way. I feel like if a cop drives by me or he's behind me or I drive past one on the road, that they're focused on me. My anxiety, my brain, everything about Dave always is going to see the cops as, what they are. They're cops. They can arrest you. They can put you in jail. And I, for one, don't want to go back to jail. But for some reason, every time I get in that car, I feel like I'm doing something wrong. I have to, convince myself. Well, one morning, left out of here, sure enough, Dave went and did something wrong. Soon as I pulled off my street, I was like, man, ain't nobody gonna be here. I'm about to just punch it and just see how fast I go. I can do like 50 on this little street real quick. Yo, I am watching this in edit right now and I'm laughing my ass off at myself. The noise I just made was supposed to be the police pulling you over. Oh my God, I'm dying laughing. Y'all know that noise. They pulled me over. Sure enough. But they didn't just pull me over. A cop, as I'm flying, and I'm slowing down to the stop sign. As soon as I started slowing down, the cop pulls out right in front of me. And then another car, and then a truck, and then like 3 people ran out. And I literally was like, oh shit. I cut the light on, cut the car off, and put my hands on above the steering wheel so they could see him. The cop came to my window, and immediately I was like, officer, I'm sorry. And it was one cop, like right by my window, and then there was a couple behind him, and then a few standing outside of a truck back behind me a little ways. And like I could see them, they were everywhere. There was some on the right-hand side, on the other side of the ditch with flashlights. They were everywhere. They were looking for somebody. And apparently, and you can vouch, my wife can vouch for this, but my brother-in-law, someone had stolen. All right, where I live at is a one-way in, one-way out. All they got to do is if someone does something bad and they go back there, they just got to wait. You know what I mean? They're going to drive back out of there sooner or later. Well, I'm coming out flying. I'm flying 50 miles an hour in a 25. Woo! There was somebody back there that had just stole a Chrysler 200S silver gray gunmetal. That's what me and Laura drive. So when they see me flying at 50 miles an hour, they were like, oh, that's him. That's the guy that stole the car. They got me, they pulled me out, they're talking to me, and I'm just gonna go ahead and tell y'all the truth. This is like a week before I got my license. Talk about being scared and feeling stupid. I decided to drive myself to work that morning because Laura was asleep, the baby was asleep, and they hadn't been to sleep yet. They were up all night with the baby. She was up, and I was like, you know what? I'm just going to drive myself to work today. It'll be all right. Famous last words. Everything's gonna be all right. But it was all right. It was all right because they were looking for someone who stole a car. They let me go. I got in the car. Actually, he didn't even look at my license. I gave him my permit, and he literally held onto it, and the other cops started talking to me about speeding, and then they were like, all right, let him go. I was so scared. I drove to work, drove home, and then drove again when I got my license. Best believe that. That was too close for comfort. That was way too close. I literally could feel the pee start and just go through the whole tube and then just dribble out the front. Drip, drip. That was a little bit too much, I'm sure. So that was the first endeavor I had with the police and driving. Oh my God, I was so scared. I thought I was going to jail. There was nothing you could... If you were in the passenger seat with me, the first thing I'd have said to you is, all right, look, you're going to have to drive the car back to Laura. Straight up, because I was on my way to jail. That is what you do. Thinking that everything is okay and that you don't need to follow the rules, you're going to jail. I literally could taste the bologna sandwich in my... I was picking... Oh, man. Dude, I was so scared. And, people can be like, oh, yeah, well, you shouldn't have. No shit. I don't even care. I was scarred that night. So let me tell you about the thing that just happened yesterday on the way to Joe's. I was driving. I was on the interstate. It was in the HOV lane. Had a sign on it that said, open to all traffic. So, of course, I got in there and started doing 70 miles an hour. And I'm jamming. Sorry, I was remembering it vividly. So, I look in the rearview mirror and there was a freaking state trooper right on my ass. I was thinking like, yo, he's so close, he could probably hear the song I'm listening to. So, my anxious self decided, you know what? Screw this. I put it in cruise control and left it right at 70 miles an hour. I was like, he ain't pulled me over yet. I don't even know how long he's been behind me. Just going. That was kind of cool. And my anxiety started to rise more and more and more and more to the point where I wasn't driving straight. I'm looking, I'm freaking getting nervous, the car. And so I hit my four ways. And then began to slow down. And the cop began to slow down too until he turned his lights on, for safety reasons. And he got out, he walked up to the car, and I had my license ready. And when I rolled the window down, I said, "Officer, do you know why I pulled you over?" think this is a game? Immediately, my anxiety came back. I was like, oh, I should have said that. Oh, shit. But you know, curiosity was killing him because he goes, I could tell, like, he's like, yo, you can't say that. You can't ask me, why do you know why I pulled you over? You can't, he was mad that I asked him that. But he couldn't help it. He was like, why'd you pull me over? I was like, sir, there's actually a long list. I can't even keep a straight face. It's like, sir, there's actually a long list. You're following too closely. You were speeding, and you were forcing me to keep going faster. And he literally gave me my ID card back and was like, where are you going? And I told him, I'm going to the after prison show, bitch. No, I didn't say that. I didn't pull the cop over, but I really wanted to. He scared me so bad. I was in the car shaking. I was like driving, got my hands on the wheel, like, and I don't have no clue. I had nothing in the car, nothing ever in the car, nothing ever on me, ever like that, ever. I don't know why I'm nervous, like I had a warrant for my arrest. I was scared, honestly scared when this cop was behind me and he just kept following me. And, you know, after a little bit of going 70, the cop literally went around me and took off. So I followed him. I mean, I didn't really follow him, but we were doing 70. And when he got in front of me, I started doing 71. Yeah. Look, moral of the story is it's hard to get the old you out. And everything you do, you will find where the old you lurks. Like, he's still there in me. So when I'm driving, immediately it triggers something. It triggers something like, oh, you ain't supposed to be doing this. And I just have to, you know, make it a normal. Keep doing the right thing. Keep not having drugs in my body or on my body or around my body. Because if I had drugs in, on, or around, strike 1, 2, 3, like all of those, I'm going down. It's a definite that I'm going down. So I'm glad to say that nothing has come of this. I've never been in trouble, but I know that the old me is lurking. He's right there, acting like a little bitch, scared of the cops, scared of everybody. And I got to remind myself that I'm me. I'm doing the right thing. And I'm going to keep doing the right thing and enjoying my life. And I hope that everybody else out there watching Dave's World is enjoying their life too. And if you got an issue, man, you gotta deal with it head on. You got to. And that's something I have to continue to tell myself. You know, Laura gets on me all the time because she's like, what's wrong? And I won't know at that moment. But when I do figure it out, I kind of will hide it at first. And then it'll cause problems. At the end of the day, we talk, we get it out, and, you know, everything is good. I'm going to stay on this path I'm on because I'm noticing, you know, as time passes, you know, I felt like I was never going to get my license, even after I was doing good. But as time passed, me continually doing right, you know, boom, my license. You know, so what's next? What's next for Dave? Where am I going? What am I doing? I don't know, but I know that as long as I stay on the right path and I keep doing what I'm doing, opportunities are going to present themselves. You know, people are like, oh yeah, shit don't fall in your lap. No, it doesn't. It does not. You have to see it, reach out, grab it, and make that shit yours. And that's what I'm doing. I do it every day on small levels because that's where I'm at. I'm making small steps. And sooner or later, it's going to get bigger. And I'm going to start grabbing a hold of some real shit. And we're going to see what happens then. Man, until next time, man, I'm glad y'all are back. I'm glad to be back. I hope y'all enjoy this video. Yo, if you haven't already done it, smash that like button. Subscribe to the channel if you're rocking with me, man, and turn on the bell notifications so when I do post a video, you know, y'all will be notified. You'll know you could come check me out, see what kind of crazy stuff I'm doing. Until next time. And no matter how funny it sounds, it's not a good look to try and pull the police over.